Hello everybody, Russian Batman back with another video. As you can see, I have my background completely cleared out, so now it's like super blank, and I think I need a new lighting situation because then kind of my background looks super dark. But maybe that's kind of like a good thing because maybe you can see the figures better. I don't know, but it's just very different, and I got a new table, so yippee-ki-yay. The figures I'm going to show off are both Doom figures. In fact, they're both Doom Slayers. And one of them is just kind of updated, and one of them is new. So let me just show the updated one first. And this is Doomslayer from Doom Eternal. Really happy with how this guy turned out. Again, this is an old figure. In fact, I have a pretty old YouTube short that showed him off, and nothing much has changed. I updated the colors to make this shade of green more accurate to Lego's kind of shade of green, so desaturating it. The shoulder panel, you can see there, it uses that newer armor piece. I kept the studs in the back so I can put this little cannon there. It's a little bit of a different build than last time, and I still think it works. Like I said, color-wise, it's not 100% accurate, but I think it looks good for what it is. And yeah, and you can see here, most of it, like I said, the design stayed the same. The helmet changed, and I wanted to do a Doom, like a good face print. This is one I just have in there temporarily. It's the Loki face. I think it sort of works-ish. I mean, he has more of a stern face, but I think if he smiled, that's what he would look like. And then I changed the helmet up significantly. So I plugged it up here. It's like I said, it's the basic kind of like a more recent biker sort of helmet, but I kind of filled it in and then added that blue visor in there. And I think that looks pretty good. And overall, I'm pretty happy. I also added a little piece there to kind of cover up that one stud. And then I also did paint the back, which the back wasn't painted. That was new. But yeah, I kept most else the same. I kept it having this gunmetal gray base, which, like I said, I don't know if that's 100% accurate or not. But I kept it there because I think it looks good, and it kind of differentiates it from the other one. But yeah, I gave him some new accessories, though. I changed his arm-wristed blade. Originally, it was there was a pre-existing claw piece, but I cut off one of the claws. This is a new piece I made, and hold up. I don't want to break it. I've had it break a few times. It's a little bit flimsy, but please don't. Okay, good. Here is the new arm piece I came up with, and I really like how this piece turned out. It's a katana piece glued to a little thing there. And like I said, it's not like perfect because it doesn't like completely blend into the arm, but it kind of gives you the illusion that's coming out of his arm, even though you can see it's coming out of his hand. But it gives you that nice blade. So when you do like stabs and whatnot, it looks like he's rah! I think that looks really cool, and that's probably how I'm going to be displaying the figure. And you can't like retract the blade obviously with this version, but you win some, you lose some. And then I did include his crucible. I did modify it a little bit. I just kind of repainted it so the paint job would look better. I didn't have any of the symbols in there because it's too detailed, and I kind of think takes away from the overall design. But I'm really happy with it. I do wish I had, like I said, a fully transparent version of it. I think would have just looked better. But this is what I have, and I'm still happy with it. So I'm really happy with how this figure turned out. And that's enough rambling about the old figure. Now let's move on to the new one. And this here we have is Doom, the Dark Ages Doomslayer. I'm really happy. And also I did make his shield, so there you go. And it doesn't have the little claws at the end, but that's what it looks like with the shield. I'm probably going to take the shield off so I can show the figure off a little bit better, but I'll probably put the shield back on at the end. Here, you can see he has this cape. This is actually a cape from the one of the CMFs, the Wolf Guy CMF, the Wolf Guy in one of the more recent CMFs, and I think it works great. I did cut it up a little bit so it would fit on. You can see underneath the cape, I should have painted over this, but whatever. You're never gonna see that. I'm gonna keep the cape on. But yeah, you see here I painted the legs brown, and then so this design actually I use a different shade of green. I don't know if Lego has an official green that's close to this, but you see here it's a fair amount darker than this green. So it's still desaturated, but it's kind of meant to be darker to kind of fit the dark tone. And then this one has a lot of, kind of dark gray highlights, or like, kind of metal bits. This one has some light silver metal bits. So that's kind of a difference in the coloration. And then I also did modify the shoulders because the actual shape of the shoulders is a bit different. You can see here it kind of goes up a bit. This one doesn't. And this is kind of meant to look more armory or medievally compared to the other ones. Here, I just gave him another sort of generic face. I do want to figure out a good Doomslayer face. And you can see here, this one has both arms fully exposed, but this one actually has one of the arms sort of enclosed a little bit in itself, but this one's fully exposed. And I really do like how this figure turned out. Like I said, the helmet is different. So like I said, also I had to mold it, which was pretty epic. It was like a generic, I don't remember what it was. But yeah, and I also added a little yellow dot in there instead of the red dot because he's being like kind of controlled in the game. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I really should make Doom 2016 Doomslayer because it would be cool to complete the trilogy of modern Doom games. I also do think I should probably make a classic Doom guy. I think that would be cool as well. But yeah, if y'all like the video, leave a like, subscribe. Hopefully I come up with a video next week. I am going to be a little bit busy, even though I keep on saying that. But yeah, y'all like, subscribe. Go watch the 2011 film Rango, and let me know what you think of these figures. Yeah, see ya, ciao, bye, adios. We have a Discord. You can join that if you want. Bye-bye.